They don't get it, do they? It's mind-blowing to me. Matt Bors is a cartoonist. He makes somewhat regressive leftist comics. You know, he's famous for the one where it's like the woman's on the... I made a video about it. She's on her iPhone, and then she complains about Apple, and then someone laughs and says, yeah, you use an iPhone. So he makes those comics. You may have seen them. He recently got suspended on Twitter because... I'm going to avoid using certain words to the best of my ability because I get demonetized. Yes, my understanding is that YouTube scans the actual speech for words. So let me put it this way. Matt Bors posted a meme that you can kind of see, and I'm not going to click this because YouTube's going to come after me. But he posted a meme that's associated with a horrific act that took place in the World War II era. Okay? It is a meme that he posted himself to his Twitter account. He said, criticized Michael Tracy for going on Tucker Carlson's, I'm not going to say that, so I'm being sent memes of him doing bad things in a room full of a chemical that's associated with World War II. Definitely a cool fan base these guys have. He then tweeted, getting out of Twitter jail this morning, I got banned for celebrating violence by commenting on this meme I was sent where I'm being exterminated in a room full of a chemical from World War II. Makes sense. Yes. I would like to explain something very, very simply to Matt, if you end up seeing this, because sometimes people send, whenever I make videos about these people, someone sends in the video. Listen, ironically posting these things is still against the rules. Period. It was not a mistake. Twitter deliberately suspended your account for posting things that break the rules. You posted this meme, which is associated with terrible people. It is against the rules. It doesn't matter why you posted it. Nowhere in the rules does it say, we give special exemptions to people who post hate speech if it follows certain, guidelines. You're critiquing it, posting it ironically, or reporting on it. No, the rules do not say that, okay? The rules put in place specifically say you can't post these things. But here's the important thing. Matt Bors got suspended not for this. He was allowed to post that, okay? He got suspended because he ironically posted in support of a certain World War II leader in a certain country, if you know what I'm trying to say. He posted their notorious slogan that is pledging allegiance to a certain World War II leader as a joke. It was meant to be funny. No, it's still against the rules. Here we have Jonathan M. Katz, who tweeted, so Matt Bors got sent to Twitter jail for mocking someone who sent him a picture of himself in a room full of chemicals from World War II. Good job, Jack. Your identitarian right-wing extremist group platform is working great. I'm not going to say what he said. But you can see right here at the bottom of this tweet, the better to, and you know where he was going with this. He said that person was one of Mike Tracy's fans, by the way, so congrats to Glenn Greenwald. You should be sure to brag about it on Tucker Carlson's nightly bow tie rally. Okay. Please, explain to me, when you all advocate for these rules and demand Twitter does more, hold on. Why are you upset that you're quite literally demanding Twitter take action and then getting upset when they take action? All they're really saying right now is, but why are the rules being enforced against me? I should be allowed to break the rules. No, that's the problem. What you don't seem to understand is that quite literally what is happening to Matt Bors is what I and many others have been complaining about for years. Oliver Darcy wrote when he was working at the Business Times about me saying, hey, it's really bad when you start banning these people. Why? Okay. Do I have a problem with legitimate extremists posting this stuff? Of course. And I say it all the time. I detest, I don't want to say these words, I detest language that is meant to deride, disparage, or target, or incite violence. I don't like any of it. I actually, when I was talking to Twitter on Jack Dorsey, I said, it pains me to have to, critique you for these rules because I understand the rules. And I agree with why you want the rules, but it's not going to work. It's like, you're not solving the problem. It's like, the video I just made before before this one about the minimum wage. You want to make things better for people. That is not how you do it. And this is what happens. What do they not get about posting these jokes, thinking they can ironically say these things, when it's the left saying you should not be allowed to post these things ironically? My God. You cannot have, listen, I'm sorry. You can't come out here. Okay, so here's another thing that Matt said. Second time in a few months, my beautiful account has been imprisoned on false or trumped up charges under direction of the whining chud community. No, Matt, you quite literally broke the rules. Nothing's out of context. Understand, you can see this. I'm not going to say it. If you're just listening, you got to click over and you got to look at this image, because I'm not going to say what he wrote because it will get me in trouble on YouTube. Listen, the rules say you cannot say these things. The rules you advocated for. I believe jokes should be allowed. I'm a big fan of George Carlin, who once went on I don't know what you want to call it, but in one of his bits, he says every slur you can imagine. And he actually refers to two prominent comedians by a racial slur to make a point about intent, about context, about humor. George Carlin was incredible. And he was one of the main proponents against censorship with his, was it 7 words you can't say on TV or whatever? Got arrested over this. Matt Bors thought he should be allowed to say these 2 words, each word beginning with the letter H, which shows his support for a certain World War II leader. And he's upset that he got banned for it. Oh, because it was ironic. He was being critical of someone sending him a meme. Where in the rules does it say you are allowed to respond using ironic rhetoric in this way? Listen, here's a post from the New Statesman, where they specifically talk about how ironic memeing for a certain World War II era faction is still in support of it. It's still. In fact, Matt Bors himself has a comic where it's a guy putting on a clown wig and drinking milk, mocking the left because they're like, you don't understand, we're being ironic. Matt, how do you not recognize your own comic? You made the point that posting ironically is to be, you ridiculed people who were posting memes ironically in your own comic. And now you're upset that because you posted ironically, you got banned. It's mind-numbing to me. It's mind-numbing. Yes, jokes aren't allowed. Criticism isn't allowed. Reporting isn't allowed. It should be. It should be. But for some reason, they disagree with me when I say this. Southern Poverty Law Center had a guy who was reporting on one of these groups, posted photos, locked out of his account, suspended. It's against the rules. The context be damned. The rules on Twitter, if you go to their rule section, it doesn't say special context is permitted. It doesn't say you're allowed to joke about these things. No, that's the point. So look at this article. This article is from February of 2017, from over 2 years ago. They were talking about how ironically posting these things isn't okay. And there are a ton of articles. This is just the one I pulled up. There was one from 2016. They've repeatedly said, Matt Bors himself, that when people post these jokes ironically, they're normalizing it and providing cover for people who actually believe it. Why should you be above the rules? I believe it was Glenn Greenwald who said this. If there is any one group of people with the inability to learn more than any other group, it's leftists calling for censorship, because it just keeps happening. There's a reason I'm doing this video on my second channel, my main channel, because this month I've already done 2 videos about left-wing individuals getting suspended. And there's still more stories getting suspended based on their own rules. The Southern Poverty Law Center is part of a group called Change the Terms, as is, ironically, the Free Press, advocating for censorship of exactly what Matt Bors did. Change the Terms is not asking that people be allowed to make jokes, but only the legitimate bad people are banned. They're quite literally saying, don't let people even joke about it. It's wrong. Well, there you go. Why are they surprised by this at all? If for years they've talked about how irony is unacceptable, talking about how the people don't actually hold these views, it's just meant to be a joke. They say it's taking over the internet. Who's behind it? What are they doing? And I love this. They actually have PewDiePie in their reference. And they say it's probably Hillary Clinton's fault because she posted a page about Pepe the Frog. If we ignore this, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, you know what, man? And then people say we won. Long story short, I think you guys get it. There's a weird community of individuals who make jokes. PewDiePie has posted these things ironically. He's stopped. People have made Pepe jokes, whatever any of this stuff is. It's all meant to be satire and it's meant to be funny. The Matt Bors, here, I'll tell you what's mind-blowing to me, is that this right here, which I'm not going to open up because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube, he uploaded this image himself to his own account. The image itself violates Twitter's rules. I don't get it. Why does he think he should be allowed to upload these memes and other people shouldn't? Whatever, I'm done. I got one more video coming up in a few minutes. I'll see you shortly.